Good morning YouTube and welcome back to the channel. I've run out of salad again and forgot to stock up, so we're walking around the shop to pay twice as much but also get some steps in, so there we go. But I hope everyone is all well and good. Today is Friday the 21st of August, which means that come Sunday it is 2 weeks until my next show, the UKDFBA up in Rugby. So I'm going to be vlogging today to show you what I get up to. Quite a busy Friday. As always, it's my client check-ins. We've got a train upper, and then if I've got time, I'm going to go and see my nephew and my sister. And then this evening, I don't know how we've done it, but we've managed to brag ourselves a ticket for the opening day of the Premier League season at home to Coventry, which I'm dead excited about. Our first game at the Emirates since becoming Premier League champions, and as I said, the first game of the actual new 26-27 Premier League season, and it was quite fortunate actually, because I got one on the exchange earlier in the week. Have typically no luck win on that ballot. You know, I might win like 4 or 5 games excuse me, during the season, but I think it was Tuesday, before I left my house to go to work at Aldi, I thought, let me have one little look on the exchange, see if any tickets are on there. Gave it one final try before I left the house. Bang, ticket up there, quickly in the old online basket, purchase, bought, and we're going to be going to the Emirates tonight, so obviously fingers crossed for a win. But yeah, dead excited, so I thought, get the camera out, let's vlog. I've had a bit of a on and off week this week, being I guess so close to the show, in the sense that Monday, Tuesday, body felt a little bit trashed, energy levels were low, fatigue was very, very high, and so we've had some high days on Wednesday and Thursday where we just lowered protein a little bit, increased carbs quite considerably, and the increase in carbs unsurprisingly gave me some increase in energy, and I've sort of perked up a little bit for the remainder of this week, which has been a bit of a blessing, and it goes to show that the higher days have worked to their magic. So super pleased with that. So yeah, I'm dead excited actually to train today, which again is another perk of these higher days, because my training sessions haven't been the most enjoyable in terms of me looking forward to them, but today I'm excited to get in there, excited to train, and looking to have fun with my session. So hoping that mood continues later on this morning, but yeah, we're going to go and have meal 1 shortly once I've actually stocked up on what I need for it, and then any check-ins that have come in, I'm going to do those, and then we're going to train upper. If clients are still yet to check in, then I'll go and train first and do check-ins when I get back. But yeah, really good, exciting day ahead. Just over 2 weeks until DFBA.
Thank you for checking in, mate. Hope you had a really fun time on the stag do. I think I saw a couple of pictures that looked
at Spurs, whether they can continue that form we saw under De Zerbi at the end of last season.
Is check-ins completed for Friday the 21st of August. And we're just having another coffee before we go and train upper shortly. I've turned to coffee because being a bit more of a natural substance for a pre-workout, I just find it's just eased a little bit better than the pre-workout that I had been using previously, which was like the Skittles flavour from Perform. And usually I'm a massive fan of the Perform products, but I think that pre-workout just makes me feel a bit gassy and a bit bloated, it has done on the previous time, so I've tried to avoid that. And anyway, being sort of 2 weeks out from the show, pre-workouts have got to come out anyway. So in terms of giving me a bit of an added boost before sessions, I'm making sure I've had some substantial meals, easier said than done, and using black coffee, as I said, as that sort of natural stimulant for going to train. But my check-in process, I always enjoy doing my client check-ins, even when they're not necessarily the most positive for clients. So, for example, this morning I've had a couple of clients that are struggling with one or two conditions, physically and mentally, and really going through some really difficult times when it comes to them achieving their goals. And it's exactly why the check-in process, I think, is the most important, because when things are going well, when things are flying, routines, the process is just swimming. It almost feels like, as a client, you're not really doing, too badly, and you almost can just do it yourself kind of thing. That's when the whole process is easy. But the whole benefit and significance of having a coach, having someone hold you accountable and support you along the way, is through those difficult times, is through those times when you probably want to throw in the towel, or you think, what's the point? I'm never going to get anywhere, or I'll wait for this right time, this perfect time. And it just doesn't come around. It just doesn't exist. We know that, your summer holidays, Christmas, Easter, Halloween's, etc. are always in the calendar every year. So they're always going to provide social hurdles to overcome. But there's also going to be difficulties in life and challenges, because life is never straightforward. Being an adult is very difficult at times, whether that is stuff to do with relationships, stuff to do with kids, being a parent, whether that is stresses at work, or whether that's just other aspects of life that are proving difficult, that you're going to need someone that's going to help you and support you along the way. And I think ultimately, if people do throw in the towel, and I completely understand why people do it, because it's that easy fight or flight response. But obviously quitting and throwing in the towel is never going to get you to that end result. And if that end result matters that much to an individual, like it means so much to them to make it happen, then you'll always look for whatever ways you can to make it happen. And often a coach worth his weight in gold, which I often obviously consider myself to be that person, will find those ways and means of helping the client achieve that. Whether it means that they go from A to B in a bit more of a longer detoured route, then so be it. But they'll still get from A to B. And I just think it's just so valuable. And so for me, when I spend my check-ins this morning helping those specific clients who've got those struggles, and my check-in feedback is 15, 16 minute video, long, that's because that's what that client needs. Some clients might need 3 or 4 minute feedback and go, okay, so right, let's push the needle further. Let's apply ourselves again. Let's, stick to what we're already doing because it's working. Fine, easy enough, straightforward. That's what that client needs. But sometimes, and the true value in coaching and what I found in my experience is for those difficult times when things aren't as easy. And that's when you need someone there. And I've had it myself, working with Max along the way during my prep. There's been a lot of struggles, let me tell you. A lot of times where mentally I'm probably more fatigued and a bit more heightened and a bit more grumpy or miserable or affected by the whole process, that not only do I need someone who can guide me along something that I've never done before, but I also need someone to give me different perspectives, levels of accountability, or even just try and snap me out of that mood to allow me to continue and progress. And I think it's why a lot of people, can often be, I guess, or frowned upon when it comes to coaching, because there are a lot of poor coaches out there. But if you find the right one, and you've got the one that's going to get you the best result because they're the coach for you, then it's one of the best investments that you can make. a little update since we've been back from the gym. We went obviously and trained upper, which was a pretty decent session to be fair. Although I started to get a little bit lazy towards the back end of it, just thinking about the football and looking at putting a couple of bets on and things like that. But since we've come back, we have eaten my meal 3, which was chicken salad with lettuce and a few blackberries. Obviously gotten changed, so we've got the old Arsenal jacket on. I don't know what the weather's going to be like tonight, so I've gone for something that will keep me warm somewhat. But if it is too hot, then I'm not going to be absolutely baking anyway, with the old retro Arsenal shirt on underneath. And I'm just about to have my next meal now because my train is at 5:40 and the current time is around 4:40 or near 4:40. So I need to quickly make that, drive to the train station, park up, get my train. And I've just finished prepping my cream of rice, which I'm going to have as my final meal when I arrive in London. So I think when I get to St Pancras International, because I'm getting an earlier train, I'm going to stop off somewhere to have that to eat as my final meal. My current dilemma is obviously that's in Tupperware. So I'm trying to find in the house somewhere a bag that is not a massive rucksack that's going to get me searched at the Emirates, but also not a carrier bag that means I'll be carrying my Tupperware around me. I ideally want like a drawstring bag. So I've got to try and figure out something with regards to that. But yeah, we're going to quickly make my chicken mince meal now, and that should then allow me to sort of time things perfectly enough. But I'm kind of rushing a little bit now. Right, we have made it to the train station. And I keep forgetting that now I work at Aldi, I can just leave my car there, and Aldi is just at the back end of the train station. So rather than me finding a car park or parking in the free one and having to walk a few minutes, I can just park at work. Like, I don't know why I keep forgetting that, but yeah. We're going to be on the train now. Cream rice is in the bag. My plan is to just get to St Pancras. I might even just have a drinking spoon, a soft drink of course. But not really feeling hungry at the moment because we've just eaten, so we will we'll just get this. We've got plenty of time till kick off, well over 2 hours, but we make it do. And if people think I look weird with my cream of rice eating it anywhere in London, so be it. Bloody Arsenal are massive, so the people traffic just made it impossible to vlog, but we are here at the Emirates inside the store. My plan is to get a drawstring bag, because when you buy stuff from Arsenal, the bag they give you is a drawstring bag. So I can put my cream of rice in there, find somewhere to eat it quickly, grab a drink from the local Tesco's just up the road, and then and then we're sorted. Now I don't have to worry about carrying a Tesco's carrier bag with me around the Emirates. But excited. We've got Solis is in there. Fingers crossed that he starts because he's had a pretty good pre-season. I've got a feeling he's going to start. And first game of the new season. Come on, you Gunners. Who really cares? And there's me thinking getting a drink from Tesco's is going to be cheaper than getting it inside the ground. Your regular Pepsi Max Cherry, yeah, which I've not had for a while, by the way. £2.50 in Tesco's. £2.50. But I did need to go in there anyway, because how else am I going to eat my cream of rice? So yeah, we're going to have this, and then we are going to enter what is going to be the most beautiful stadium in the country to watch the champions turn over the new boys, Coventry. Looks a nice evening as well, weather's looking pretty good. Needing the toilet soon as well, shock horror. But yeah, I'm not going to waste any more time because it's going to take me a bit of time to eat my cream of rice. If I do that, I'm going to miss kickoff. So, yeah, come on, you Gunners. Score predictions. I'm going to go for 3-0. I've not seen the team line up yet, but I'm going to hazard a guess and say that it's Raya, White, Mosquera, Gabriel, Calafiori, Rice, Odegaard, Lewis Skelly, and then Zolis, Havertz, and Saka. I reckon is going to start. So I'll see how close I get to the lineup once I've had a look at it. Here when you've got DOMs in your legs, it's not the most fun. coffee before we kick off, take it with us. I've just seen the lineup. I've got it spot on. Back in Zolis, back in Havertz, back in Starboy. Let's get the 3 points. I feel like I'm going to get a bloody nosebleed of how high I am. 'Just checking VAR, yeah. I thought this one looked dodgy. 2-0. Pretty solid first half that, 2-0, looking pretty comfortable. So I've just looked back at the footage from Friday, and for some reason my DJI had recorded so much footage in slow motion. So halfway through a lot of the talking commentaries at the game and when I got back, are really slow-mo, and I've got no idea why, whether I've accidentally, pocket buttoned a setting, but effectively we got back from the game 3-0, nice comfortable win in the end. But the trains on the way home just epitomise what is wrong, I think, in this country with the train lines, because not only do they cost an arm and a leg to actually get anywhere remotely close, but the train that I was going to get on was already delayed by a couple of minutes due to some sort of power fault, and then I had to get another train, or the later train, the 2240, and I sat next to a guy on the train that was with his bubble gum, so yeah, I was just in a really, really foul mood at the end of the day because I was tired, just wanted to get home, get in bed, and just sort of chill out. But yeah, we made it home in the end, at a pretty good time. I think I got back in bed about 11:30 and fell asleep almost instantly. But yeah, 3-0 to the Arsenal. Really good day. Really pleased to have gone to the football now, because although I can get tickets for future games, they're in and around the show days. And one thing I discovered on Friday was that I was so tired from getting back. Yes, it was a little bit late, but so tired from getting back that I just think when I'm actually a day or two out from the shows, that could be even worse. But yeah, we are 2 weeks out now. 2 weeks today, because I'm recording this outro on Sunday. So literally 2 weeks today, we are at the UKDFBA qualifiers in rugby. So not long now to keep digging ahead of that show. If you have enjoyed the video, please do give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I'm 27 subs away from the target for the end of the year. I feel like I can do it, but I need your help. Until next time, have a good one.